Okay, welcome back once more to Let's Play Banished. This is the last episode I'm going to record because I do have to go to bed after that. Not because I have to, but because I prefer to have at least some sleep and because I do have to get up. Well, not necessarily early, but I do have to get up at some point, most likely before I would naturally wake up, so yeah, I still want some sleep. Like a basic amount of sleep. That's all I need. It kind of sucks that I currently have a job. Well, it doesn't suck, but it's something that makes things hard. Because even though I'm employed at university, only students get holidays. So all the employees have to be at work during the holidays, like doing their stuff, preparing lectures. Although I don't have to do that. I am more the bureaucracy guy. I have to do the I have to take stock. That's all I have to do right now. And of course I'm still a pizza delivery boy, so which is not a universitary task, it's just something I do because my contract with the university is quite short. Also, it seems we are still gaining food. I want to... actually no, let's screw caution. We did a lot of things we can do, so I'll just go with that. I'll just go with building all we can. I suppose I will reduce the amount of forests I have, because we are currently at the capacity of logs anyway, and I don't want to raise that. There is little point in raising that until we increase like the amount of maybe firewood we want. Speaking of which, I might actually want to reduce the amount of forests we have by another one. Where is that? Here. And put one guy back to wood cutting. And while we're at it, might actually increase that limit to 500 so I can sell some. Because now that we have a constant supply of wood, I can use some of it to make firewood, which will, for one, keep our houses warm, and secondly, and just as importantly, serve as something we can sell. And the physician just died. That kinda sucks. Sorry, foresters, you will have to be replaced again. Oh, all those deaths. And we're already at 5 out of 66 graves. Would you guess that? I know we're low in firewood. I kinda didn't replace it. We should be fine now though, because we won't run out of logs anytime soon. I mean, we currently use up more than we produce, but we have a steady supply, and I think one log produces more than one firewood, so it should be fine. Yeah, this house is currently covered because there is no firewood. Come on, build faster. Build quicker. We have things to do. Okay, let's hope the next thread actually brings something useful to the table. Or to the... not the table, but you get what I mean. Let's just hope it brings something nice. I don't know if you can see them on the map. I didn't pay attention to that. And my last round of Banished, that was not on camera, is... it has been quite a while ago. Might actually be 1 or 2 years, although when did Banished come out? Might have been 2013, so could be 2 years by now. Or maybe a bit over 1 year. I really don't remember. It's not one of those historical dates that you just, well, that stick to memory. Although it was one of the greatest games, or one of the most fun games I've played so far. One of the most fun games I've played in a while. I mean, it's not such a historic date as I think the 25th of February, which was the date that the Grass Simulator finally got Steam trading cards, because that's what everybody needed. Oh, the Grass Simulator. I really can't get over that the sheer existence of this game, as well as the fact that some people have actually bought it. And that some people have given it a positive review. I mean, why the hell? But let's not get started on that. I know I'm saying this to myself because I really shouldn't get started on that. I could rant for hours on the quality of some games that have made it to Steam. So yeah, let's not do that. I would completely ruin my own mood. By the way, I think the hospital is capacity-wise pretty close to the schoolhouse, so I think it can serve up to 20 or 30 patients at once. So we might actually want a second one at some point. But what's more fun now is that we can actually accept nomads. Well, once we have them. I don't know if they wait forever. You will get a notification here and also down here if you pay attention to that there are nomads requesting citizenship. You get a breakdown of how many of them there are, once there are any. And you can accept them or deny them. Again, I don't know how long they wait, so I don't know if you have to deal with them within a few seasons or they move on, or if you if they wait until you actually allow them. I also don't know where they wait, because they don't seem to show up like anywhere on the map. So they seem to wait in your town hall, which isn't that important. It's just one of those little side things I noticed, or I believe I have noticed. Also, let's see how our hunting cabin is doing. It seems we have hunted out the place for the most part, although no, it seems we are pretty much out of venison here. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we're a bit low on venison in this area of effect, so that's quite something. How much firewood do we have? 216. That's not too much, it's also not too bad. I'm going to slowly stock some in the trading post. So I'm going in steps of 100. I usually do that, I don't know, it just feels natural to me. Also, I'm not sure if coal is also used to heat homes, or if it's going to be only used to store, if homes only use firewood. I would hope so, because you do need coal for steel tools, and I think coal is kind of hard to come by, because you have to build a mine for that, or you have to trade for it. And I don't know, mining just feels awfully inefficient in this game. It takes a long time to get a resource out of a mine or out of a quarry, so those buildings are very, very, very inefficient. At least in my opinion. I feel they are very inefficient. Might have been patched, might not have been, I don't know. But that's just my opinion. Also, we don't need a builder right now. We have all the houses we need, or we wanted. And I might actually try to go for a... let's put some more foresters to work. I might go for a seed next time, because I do want at least one. Or for some sort of animal I can breed. Because that seems like the next logical step to me. There's some reasonably flat land, so let's go with that. I need land, so be gone, nature. That'll also keep my workers busy for a while. The reserve of tools is low. Well, luckily we have a labourer to fix that. We're also low on, well, not low on clothes yet. I don't know if health is going up further until we actually get like a farm. Did I assign that for removal? Yes. Okay, so I'm really hoping the next trader has something I want. Because if he does, it would be awesome. Also low on... okay, we shouldn't be low on logs once this is all sorted. And yeah, all we can do now is pretty much wait for the new adults to... for all the children to grow up and to become adults, and well, I would actually like this person to die next, because she is right now occupying a home. Or he actually, it's a male, I just saw that. I went from the name, and the name is a female one. Well, it seems female to me. I think names with an A at the end are generally female in many cultures, at least in the European countries. Most names that end on an A are female. Okay. Yeah, so this person is unlikely to pick a spouse and to found a family. So this person is just occupying a home for no reason, and I would actually like to kick him out, but I can't. So yeah, this is one family less. Although on the bright side it is also one batch of children less, so less hungry mouths to feed. Although of course those hungry mouths would also grow into a hungry pair of hands eventually, with the ability to work for us, which would be very much appreciated at some point. So yeah, there's always two sides of the story. Not sure if adding another herbalist here would serve much purpose, by the way, because we are not making much here. We're not finding many herbs here. No, I think we are basically barely over what we are using up with the hospital and with the herbalist, but that's fine. I mean, I don't need herbs anymore. I'm going to sell firewood, which is pretty much an infinite resource. And there goes another person. I think I'll reduce the hunters next, because we don't have that many deer left. So okay, we're doing better this season, but it's still not impressive, and I think we don't need 4 hunters that just sit around here. So yeah, we're back to that stage. We're back to seeing which people we need least. This actually reminds me of a little thought experiment we once had in training, when we were just fooling around, and we have those times sometimes. And we were like discussing if you were a historical army, which people you could eat, and in which order you would eat the people if you ran out of resources. So which things you would eat first. Like I think it started with someone saying, okay, they heard Napoleon's army when they tried to attack Russia. They ate the horses because they were out of supplies. And we thought, okay, if you have eaten your horse, you don't need the stable boys, so they would be pretty much next. And you might also want to get rid of any people who like cut vegetables or something, because you don't have any of those. And it went on like that. And we have livestock merchants. Great. Actually, I do want chickens. I do want chickens. He doesn't want herbs. For some reason I remember herbs being actually pretty good for trading, but this might have been because I've been playing an earlier version. Anyway, 100 firewood are going... Shut the hell up. Are going out. And I need more than that, because I think you need at least 2 chickens to actually make a difference. How much firewood do we have? Okay. Let's make this a bit different. Let's actually put in 300 here. And let's buy 3 chickens. Where's our trader? Trader? Gathering fuel. Yeah, do that. Do that. By all means, do it. Actually, it might make sense to place the chicken hatchery over here. Anyway, I hope this gets done because I want chickens. Although what I most want is nomads. But chickens would be fine as well, because chickens would mean I could farm them. I could make a pasture. I know we're low on firewood because most of it is currently on the way to the trading post. Although it's a bit less than I expected to end up with. However, we're doing okay. So, okay, we have 225, which means she has to go out again. Hurry up, I don't think this trader is going to wait very long. I could order something here, but livestock is actually very expensive. I mean, you see that here. And the other livestock, like sheep and cattle, are incredibly expensive, and they also need huge pastures in order to actually grow. The herd size mostly depends on the size of the animal itself and the size of the pasture. So, for example, on a relatively small pasture, you can hold a lot of chickens, but only like 2 or 3 cows, which also has quite an effect on their repopulation and all that stuff. Do we have 300 here? Come on, hurry up. Then again, we're still busy here. What's our laborer doing? You're getting something to eat. Okay, do that. Fine with me. Fine with me. Where's my trade? Hurry up. Hurry up. I have things to trade. That's typical. We have things to trade for once. This is the only time in ages we actually want to trade, and nobody is doing it. Also, I really want those chickens. I really want those chickens. Screw it, let's trade. I want 2 of those, I want 3 of those. So yeah, I must trade an additional so and so many units, 140 units. Oh my, I'm overpaying by 160 units. I don't want to do that. This is better, 10 units. I don't think I can go lower than that. I could actually take some of my firewood back. So yeah, now I'm overpaying by 2 units, which is okay. Let's trade and let's dismiss him. So now those 3 chickens are in here. You can see them right here. But I might want to sort out the pasture situation next. Chicken need to be in a pasture, just like any other animal, because otherwise they will just disappear. So right now I'm going to probably remove all my hunters and or most of them, and turn them into herdsmen. Once this is sorted out, I'm going to place the first pasture over here. It's generally good to place 2 of those, by the way, for the very simple reason that you sometimes have diseases breaking out, which will slowly kill off the entire herd. So it's generally best to have two pastures, ideally a bit away from, apart from each other, so diseases can't spread between them. And then you have like one large one that basically is the main source of the product. So like this pasture would be the main source for eggs and chicken meat. The other one can be smaller, but that's just the basically the backup pasture in case the other one dies, or in case the other one has a disease and has to be emptied. Speaking of which, let's just place that and then increase the priority of the building. So, pasture, right here. Let's make it a big one. Requires a lot of wood, but we currently do have that. Well, let's do 15 by 15. That should be enough for chickens. And let's put this up to top priority. Also, did I mess up my countdown again? Yeah, I think this episode is already quite long. So, let's just do this and then forget about it. Did I record this? Did I even record this? This is probably the moment when I noticed I didn't record. I did record, and I seem to have a 0 byte recording. So I'm gonna end this here.